Welcome back everyone. Today I have another video, this time with for Kuro, and I have a special treat for today. So I know the deck looks kind of weird, but this is the best list that has been giving me the best result with this leader. In my quest to explore all the new leaders, this one seemed a little bit difficult to achieve because the East Blue cards are actually kind of really bad. They're too overcosted for what they do, and they're too under value. Like, the only good card on the East Blue cards is actually Jin, because his ability is actually very nuts, but otherwise the other cards are very mediocre. Nami is the only one that I can say that is actually decent, because it searches another piece and you play it for free out of life, but it's still a 2k card, so it's hard to attack with her. She's only useful for the leader, so you can use the leader. This is a 2k counter that you can play out of life. It's okay, it's mid, it's not really that amazing. So the East Blue cards are kind of weird. This is a blocker, at least it has counter and it's a blocker, so you have to play these cards to make the leader work. I'm playing Alvira and Momo as my other two cards because they're cheap and you can just play them, and they are decently statted, so they're not gonna die that easily. And you can usually just tap him for the leader ability for the most part. Although Momo I don't know, Momo does get to hit a lot of the times, because transforming it into a 5k attacker is easy. So this card is actually very decent in the deck. So the leader, how it works is that you pay 3 energy, you tap 2 of your East Blue cards, and then you untap the leader, tap one of your opponent's battle cards that is 5 or less, and basically you get dual attack, and you get to tap something out of the opponent's. That effect is really good. The effect in general is very powerful. It's better than Kids. However, it's more difficult to achieve, because you do have to have 2 cards that survive that are East Blue, and you have to tap them, so you don't get to use them for anything else. So in order for me to make the deck and circumvent all of this, I decided to play Be My Samurai, which was the card that I think it gives this leader a little bit of a boost, because since you're trying to play a lot of cards from your hand, you're not gonna have a big hand size, and if you're gonna tap your cards for them to attack them, you might as well tap a couple more and just draw cards, and that being really good for the deck. I think that card has helped the deck to become what it needs to do. And to complement that, I'm trying to search it with my Momonosuke, and I'm playing a full playset of Nekokomushi and Iso for 2 reasons. One, Nekokomushi can help me really in the early game. As you play it, you try to keep the opponent's cards out of the board, because the idea is that you kill everything that the opponent plays that is small, that can contest your small creatures. And once you tap them down and you have your complete board, you can tap everything and they cannot kill it back. And then you rinse and repeat. You get to draw 2 cards. You get to attack twice with the leader. You get to do a lot of things because you have a full board and they're not able to KO it by battle, at least. So you're trying to control that the opponents by having tapping effects like Nekokomushi and Izo. They're very important. But all of this alone, doing all of this doesn't win the game by itself. You do need another closer, and the best closer that has worked for me for this leader is Eustace Captain Kid. Being able to play him, because usually what you do is oh yeah, you have 5 cards, but now I was playing the card that they play, the 6 energy 7k that is East Blue, but it wasn't good enough. The opponent usually doesn't have cards that you want to KO, and it was just a 7k vanilla there that just didn't offer you much. However, the added defense that the Captain Kid is adding to the deck is amazing. Is what actually pushed the deck a little bit farther than it actually is. And to complement this, I'm playing a full playset of Waterfall, because it works very well with Kid, and it works very well with what I'm trying to do, which is tapping everything, and you get to untap something randomly if you do want to. and two Pawn Gibson just because I want to have a little bit more defense. Because once you have completely won the board and they cannot KO your battle cards, then they'll start attacking your leader and trying to deal you damage. So you do need that extra little bit of defense, so you don't die like from like they do just like attack for 10, or something like that. You do have to have some defense so that doesn't happen to you. So this is the deck. Was a really exciting deck. It's not like the most broken deck that came out of the new set, but it's one that I had a lot of fun trying to build and trying to figure out. And this is how I think the deck can do a lot. I could try something else later, but this was really fun to try. So yeah, let's go see some gameplay. I have some really good ones for today. Okay, so let's play against Kid now. Kid, I mean, he's really good. The only thing in this matchup, I'm not sure who is favored, to be honest. I assume he is. He has a lot of toppers and he can control my board very efficiently. He's going second as well, so I mean, at least I don't have to deal with the Nami, with the Bonnie here. So I could play the Nami. And I guess I could use the Momo here, just to get something else here. Get the Iso here. Oh, I bottom deck 2 of the Jeans. That's probably a good card in this matchup. But probably the best card that I can get out of this matchup is gonna be the 7-drop. I'm not sure I will be able to do like a dual attack on the leader twice. So it's probably as good as it's gonna get. No, I'm gonna lie. He plays Zoro. Oh, so this is the film deck. Okay. We don't have an answer for that Zoro yet. So I'm just gonna attack with the lead of the leader. And just trying to develop my board a little bit more. And then I'm gonna represent a Paradise Waterfall just in case he taps my cards. He has to like attack it for like a little bit extra, so he doesn't think that I'm gonna untap him. I'll take the first 2 lives because I think this game is gonna be about resources, and getting the early resources here that I can use for like defense into my 7-drop is gonna be very, very, very important. Now I could attack the 6 and try to go for that, but then he has 2 energy up, and then yeah, that's gonna be really bad for me. So I'd rather just poke and develop another threat. But that's still a problem. It's gonna be a problem next turn. But it's gonna be much easier to play around that card once I have the 7-drop, because then I don't immediately die next turn. Like it's gonna be a lot of like good value here. And I take the first damage here. Again, we're in a kind of value centric engine here. And he attacks with the Kid. Not blockers, but I'll combo the Cat Viper. I'm not sure he's gonna... Okay, so he just completely develops his whole board. And maybe attacks with the Zoro. Oh no, he cannot attack with the Zoro because I have the blocker. And now I have to try to clear a little bit this board. It's kind of getting out of hand a little bit. I'll attack with this one first, thinking maybe I will be using my leader ability. But I kind of want to get the second Kid down first. It's kind of gonna be important to win this matchup, I think. I'll attack for 8, however. Clear one of them, and then play my Kid and offer defense for myself a little bit. But my opponent has a full board. I can start just attacking for like dual attack on everything. And they have a really good hand here. Although I think they missed out of the Nami. Well, I mean, something going on for me here. I combo the blocker. I'm not sure that was correct, but against the Momo is gonna give me a lot of value. And he attacks with the Zoro, and then I have to wait and see what he does with the leader. Probably correct to attack twice for like a big number, but we'll see. And then I'm finally able to attack. Ooh, 7. Okay, I comboed that one. Not sure what my opponent is trying to do here. Playing Bard, okay. Well, that's a good card here. Okay, that's Be My Samurai. That's not terrible. But it doesn't really allow me to attack. Like do dual attack with my leader. But I can guarantee some kills here if I do the draw 2, which I think I have to. I need resources here, and double Pong Gibson can definitely get me there. So I will attack the Nami and then see what they want to do after this. I'll attack the Zoro, even though he has a Pong Gibson. I still have to try to get rid of the Zoro. And have to force the Pong Gibsons out at some point. Like, he's representing 2 of them. And if I don't get rid of the Pong Gibsons, it's just like I'm never going to be able to go for games. So I have to get rid of them. Now, I assume he's going to do dual attacker into a big thing. But let's see. 5, I'm definitely just going to combo 5. But I'm going to block with the leader, with this one first. Just in case he wants to attack the 7k for 5. He's not attacking with the leader. I guess he knows I have a Pong Gibson, so... But he should have played around the Pong Gibson by attacking with the Zoro, right? Interesting. I guess he doesn't want to discard cards. But I mean, you don't get much value from the leader. Like, this is it. Okay, as he's gonna get my blocker here. That's bad, but like, at least he didn't add anything to the board. So there's a silver lining here. And I guess I could try to use the leader's ability. Although I think like I could just spend the energy better here. And I'm trying to play around another Pong Gibson. My opponent is trying to sack me out here, I think. I don't think he has another Pong Gibson, but he's representing another Pong Gibson, so I have to respect it. And I attack the cards this way. And I can still use my leader for the ability. I get a 2k, which is actually huge. And I can just attack for 6 and restand my leader. And use the Namis as basically attack fodder here. And I can keep up my... like, if he lets the Zoro survive, then I can just keep up my Pong Gibson here. Which is fine. I'm okay with this. Okay, and he protects everything. I'm still 3 life away from actually going for game. And again, he can just do dual attack with the leader. And that's going to be very, very, very efficient. At 7, it's easier to defend, however. He must be thinking that if he doesn't win with the dual attack, but I mean, he might not. He attacks for 9. I'm gonna combo to that one because he cannot restand the blocker now. So we'll see what he does. I can just block that one. That's easy. Unless he wants to discard 2 cards to untap the leader. And he does want to untap the leader. Attack for 7, 8. Oh, okay. So he thought he could KO my my 7 drop, but I mean, he should have committed to it. Like, not give me the chance to have a 2k here. Now I get to KO the Luffy, and he's still on the same spot that he was last turn. Here I'm gonna attack the leader, the Zoro. And okay, that's why he was representing the waterfall, but my leader gets around the waterfall very easily, and I can just attack for 5s and 5s, and represent a Pong Gibson now. And there is nothing really that can tap the A drop, so he cannot actually just go for game. That's not really an option, and I can just block the leader for free, and he has to develop something else. And if he wants to attack my blocker, it's fine, but no, he opts for playing another blocker. And yeah, now we're trying to go for game. It's time. He could have a Pawn Gibson, but I mean, better have it. But I'm gonna attack for 5 because only one card in hand. It's either a Pawn Gibson or you're gonna take this life. So it is a Pawn Gibson, but it doesn't really matter because now it's still like a 1 life. So I'll attack for 5 with the leader. He has to take it. Then I'll attack for 7. I should just attack for 5, but for 7, and then use the energy in other fashions. But I'll attack for a big number here. However, because he only has 1 card in hand, it's impossible for him to get around it. Okay, and we're gonna play against Whitebeard here. Whitebeard, I mean, we have the same concept as it would be with like regular Kid. We have double strike basically, so and we are fast to the board, so it's hard for them to keep up with like a bunch of 1-drops. Unless he's playing something like the Fire Fist, which I mean I guess I haven't seen like what the deck would look like in Whitebeard, but it doesn't seem like a bad card in the deck. Oh, I know he actually plays it. Okay, so that makes sense, and he does get a card like an ISO. Like that was a good combo here. I can agree with that play. That was really good. I get a Paradise Waterfall, which is actually not very good here. Like I don't have any play. This is actually a very bad hand right now, because he dealt with my 2 Momos. I think I have to develop the Hashi and attack with the leader, because I need something so I can keep going. Like I need to be able to draw 2 cards or something like that. But now he plays the Marco and gets rid of my Alvida, so things are really not working out for me here. And drawing another Be My Samurai is not what I need at this moment. But that Nami was godsend here right now, because I did need like something to be able to combat like this whiteboard and not lose the board immediately. Because if I lose the board, I think I cannot win with this leader, because it's the only thing that you can do with this leader. Like if you're not winning the board, you're doing nothing. And I also didn't I attacked with the Nami and not with my leader, and that was kind of an oversight. I should have attacked with my leader instead of the Nami. I was gonna lose one of them either way, but at least this way it would have been better. Okay, I think. Well, the nice thing here is that he's at 0 lives, so I can start pressuring. And if he blocks with one of the blockers, then I can attack for 5k at the blocker, and then develop my board a little bit, which I do need to, because I am in desperate need of like switching this Be My Samurai for something else. Now I can play the Mumu, but I think I'll go with Cat Viper, because I don't mind losing the Cat Viper, but I would mind losing another Mumu if like that was the option. Also, I should have probably played the Mumu here, because I mean it will spring me, like it will give me a better next turn if I don't have to if I have if I can start the turn with that one. And he's able to take advantage of the fact that I kept too many energy up. And instead of that, well, he plays the Whitebeard, so now it's gonna be kind of difficult for me to attack the leader. So instead, I'm gonna attack the Marco. See if he wants to give me an extra card for the Marco. That would be like attacking the leader for like a big number, so I'm okay with that if he does want to do that. Apparently he doesn't. That makes sense. Instead of attacking the leader here, I will definitely just attack. Okay, I'm gonna play the 2 cards so I can draw 2 cards and I can replace these cards, because they're really bad right now. And I could just keep up for energy since I can use all my energy here. Yeah, just keep forcing cards out of my opponent's hand. And I'm gonna play the blocker because I don't want him to play another Whitebeard. That would be very bad for me. So if he wants to play another Whitebeard, then I get to block this one for free. So this way he just deals me the damage, but I still won't die from this. And I do actually I should have probably done the Pawn Gibson here, so I can tap the Marco, and from there I can actually like maybe go for game next turn. That would have been a better play here. But I mean, he's not gonna attack with the Marcos here, so I can also buy myself one more turn by doing this. Now, something to notice: he didn't KO my my blocker. Maybe he misclicked or something. Okay. Well, I'll attack with the A-drop first, because again that demands a blocker and an answer. Oh, but instead of that, he uses the Radical Beam here. I'm just gonna attack for 8. I guess he's gonna defend it for 5, basically. But yeah, we prevented him from playing another Whitebeard, which is huge, by playing the blocker. Okay, so he combos 2/2Ks, and I guess he didn't want me to do something crazy and go for game, so he just lifts that one up. But now I have 3 energy. I have the waterfall, and I have. Ooh, he played the Otama. I think he didn't mean to do that. Yeah, he definitely didn't mean to do Otama here. Now he's kind of priced into going for game. Now my turn was gonna be, if he didn't play Otama, it was probably gonna be Pawn Gibson the blocker, and then he has only 1 blocker. No, 2 blockers. 2 blockers into. Let me see. 2 blockers into my field here. I could also tap another one of the blockers with the ISO. No, I have Jean in my hand. Jean will be able to tap the other 2 down, and that would be enough to win the game next turn, because he would only have like 1 card in hand. At tops, he will have like 3 because maybe he doesn't play the Marco here, but he played it, so maybe he shouldn't have. But the idea is that he doesn't have the Marco. Oh, okay, I see. So because because it wouldn't have mattered. Even if he has 3 cards in hand, I played the Jean, I tapped the other 2 blockers, and then my turn would have been attack for 8 with my kid. If he has a Radical Beam, he has to use it there, and then do dual attack with the leader, and that should be enough to win. So I was gonna win this game regardless. Okay, and we're gonna play against Ura. This is a recording, so I already know this is gonna be a good match, because my opponent played decently, and they had a good opening too. So this one, my opponent is gonna be. I cannot do anything about that 1-drop on turn 1, so that's pretty cool actually. But they're gonna deploy their hand very quickly, so we'll see how good that's gonna be for them. I do play my Mumu here because, I mean, it's the best play that I have. I'm not gonna play a Momo into my possible removal, and the Mumu is gonna probably be able to attack into the board if they get too greedy. 2 Jeans, however, seem to be really good in this matchup, especially when they play like a bunch of 1-drops, mono 1-drop city. So I'm a bit worried, because one way to beat this deck is definitely have a bunch of cards that can attack into your board, and then I have to deploy my board again, and my board is not like direct board where every card replaces itself. So it could be a little bit aggressive to take the second life here, but I kind of want to see some action here. Seeing a second Be My Samurai, it's not that good. But I'm sure I'm gonna be able to use that one at some point. And I have to start attacking with the Mumus and all of this. Got to attack the Dogura because he just gets to play cards for free. That's how he's getting ahead so far. But we were able to manage a little bit his board. It hasn't been a complete disaster. Although he's at 5 life and I haven't been able to deal 1 damage. Because I've been trying to do board control for the most part. And they're gonna attack with Zoro. Okay, well I have to take the 5. But he's ignoring my Mumu. Mumu is very good. And I'm gonna have to take the damage here. But I'm gonna keep the Pong Gibson because I know it's gonna come down to me having to out-combo like a big attack. Because that's what it looks like. That's what my opponent is setting up for. And he does have to let the Zoro die because I have more attackers. But at least this way I completely get rid of his board. And then from here I'm able to try to make a comeback from here. Now I can use by Be My Samurai and I'm not gonna be worried that he's gonna be able to attack my board. But I also have to be careful of the fact that he's gonna attack. He's not gonna attack my board. He has shown me that that's the case. He's just gonna go after face every turn, so I have to be a little bit careful on that end. But hopefully the 7-drop is gonna be able to stabilize me a little bit, and then from there, I need to draw cards with the Be My Samurai. So I have to do both things right now. I'll take that one, but Nami is actually very good. Try to get a blocker here, I think. Well, I got the Mumu just because. I don't know. I probably should have gotten the blocker, to be fair. And now attacking for 7. Unfortunately, I was looking for a 2k, but I couldn't get it. So now I have to combo 3 cards to just get out of this attack. That's not ideal. But I do have the Be My Samurai, so I can refill a little bit. And now here comes the Izo, 1 turn late. I'll attack for 5, see if he wants to defend it. I'll ask for 3 cards before I do anything. He does want to defend it. Oh, that's not actually very good for me. Oh, he just defended it once. I'm okay with that. Now, before he gets like a jet pistol out of life, I do have to draw here a little bit. And now that I got the Nami, yeah, it's not a bad idea to just get the Nami, get something else. Well, Velveeta is the only target. And then draw another 2 cards. I have another Be My Samurai. I could replace something here, but that's fine. I mean, as long as I have a board, I'm okay. My leader starts to become an actual threat. And as long as he doesn't have too much rush here, I'm going to be fine. But even if they do have rush, I do have enough counter in my hand. Best thing that they could do, however, is just like attack for like 11 on Ura and then put me in You Better Have It. But he plays the Luffy. Interesting. I mean, it makes sense, but I do have enough to out combo here. And I probably should use the waterfall, to be honest. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I should have probably used the waterfall because I'm trying to tap out. I'm trying to do all these plays every turn. And it's just not good if I'm using the cards that I don't have to spend energy. I think it's better in that case, but we'll see. I'll use the waterfall because of that reason. Again, I don't think I'm gonna have the energy to just keep up that one, so I need to be able to do this. I'll draw 2 again. Ooh, that's like actually good draw. Again, we use all 4 Be My Samurai in this matchup to keep up with my opponent's aggression. And but finally it's paying off because we have the cards on board, and that's exactly why we play that card in the deck. And we'll attack for 6. We'll ask for 3 cards here. He didn't, so now I'm able to play the the kid, and now I have a blocker that I'm gonna be able to probably defend my leader a little bit here, about maybe at least for next turn. Now he's got 9 energy. No, he's going into 10, right? Because I'm already at 10 energy. So yeah, okay, so he's going into 10 energy. So okay, so he attacks for 5 with Ura. What does that mean? That means either a rush Luffy or a rush Luffy, but then yeah, so if he's playing a rush Luffy, then I have to play around that by blocking the Urak, which is the only one that I can block. And then we'll go from there. What does Rush Luffy go for? Life? It could be life, because I have used my Punk Gibson. I think I've used 2 of them, so it could be that you just go live here. I'm trying to go there. Ooh, Nami. Oh, he's playing Shanks. Okay, and he attacks my leader. Alright, well, Shanks is a problem. Now, if he has an unblockable Luffy, could be an issue. I do have to draw 2 here. But I'm gonna attack with the leader first. See what my opponent wants to do. Yeah, I have to attack with my leader, trying to KO the Shanks, because that's a card that is gonna be really difficult for me to block, and I have to be able to do that. I'm gonna keep 2 energy up, 1 for my my kid, and the other one for the Be My Samurai, because I want to draw 2 cards. But it's also possible that I should have not attacked just for 12. So just in case he outcombos the attack, I have the leader ability. So it was kind of risky the way I did it. But not crying about it now. I do attack for 5s. Here he outcombos out of that one, but I put him at 2 life. So now we're close to actually closing this game. Next turn I will be able to use my leader. I don't think he can deny me that. Now if he has an unblockable Luffy, then it's fine, because I do have enough counter power in my hand to outcombo that one. And I just have to probably outcombo the Ura. Now in this instance is different, because if he does have a chance, I mean I cannot combo a chance to be fair, but I don't want to have to outcombo a chance. So I rather just give a 1k here on this leader, just in case he does have a chance. But if he has a Luffy, then it looks worse, I guess. This play looks worse, but I do have enough to outcombo a Luffy. So I'm just trying to prevent both interactions. Either, okay, he plays the Nami. Well, there's no reason to play the Nami. Just use the Stalin here. You're gonna get the same amount of energy here. So he's attacking for 12. So I just have to outcombo 12. Which is not difficult to be with this amount of cards in hand. Probably should have kept the blocker, just in case. But I was gonna try to go for game. I'm trying to go for game next turn, in case he doesn't concede. Okay, so how do we play best around Pong Gibson or whatever the case might be? Let's just go 5. If he wants to combo this one, it'll make my job easier. Okay, so he did out combo out of that one. So now I just have to do 5s, unless he wants to keep out combo it out of this one. And then now I can just do a dual attack with my leader. Nine, because that will require both cards out of his hand. and then untap with the leader, and then do 10 on the kid and 9 on this guy. It's probably just fine because he cannot out combo that. Yeah, I was waiting for like if he had a Red Hawk out of life, I couldn't just do like everything on my leader because then I get punished with that Red Hawk. Okay, so we're gonna play against Luffy. This matchup, it's gonna be difficult, I think, because they do have a lot of removal, and they can also play cards into the board. So it's like it acts as like double removal against my deck. So I'm gonna play the Mumu here because I think it's called the Mumu, but whatever. I'm gonna play against this one because it's harder for him to remove it. Like if he had Vista, he couldn't just Vista this card, and that's what I wanted to aim for. And I'm gonna use my Neko Komuchi here to ask for a 2 and a 1, and if he wants to defend it, then I'll attack with the Mumu, and then like he will have to give me his whole hand trying to defend the Robin. And if he does, well, what can I do? I'll have to play from there, right? Instead, I'm just gonna play the Alvida. I'm just gonna keep my board untapped, so it's harder for him to be able to do anything. And if he plays more into the board, I'm gonna be able to tap it down and destroy it easily. So I actually like what's happening here. He's gonna attack me for a lot, but I'm okay with taking the first 2 hits. And I got this guy, Hashi, I think is his name, out of life. I could have played it, but I think this game I want to have more value. And the problem, again, since I'm gonna be KOing his board so like this aggressively, I think he's gonna have to go after my leader. So keeping the 2k in my hand is gonna be more important to try to out combo the leader. And I think that's what's gonna happen in this game, because he has lost completely the board. There is no way that he can like combat like this amount of pressure. So I think he just has to go after my leader. He's playing Frankie. This Frankie is interesting. I mean, it's not something that you see usually here, but hey, he's trying to like clear my board, which I am really okay with. And he attacked for 5 here. I am going to out combo because again, I expect that once I clear his board this turn, because I'm gonna do it with my leader. That's what my leader is designed to do. He's gonna attack for 8. If he out combos, I'm gonna tap and attack for 8 again. So I am gonna clear the board for sure. Play the Nami, search something else, use the leader, so I can tap the Frankie. I have to tap 2. I actually tapped the 2 incorrect ones. I should have tapped the Nami, but it's fine. It's not the biggest issue. And I attack for a big number because I don't want to have to attack the Frankie twice. I guess it doesn't matter if I have to attack the Frankie twice. He would have given me a 2k. But this is how I did it. Like, also, I didn't want to get Jet Pistol. That would have been really bad. Well, it didn't really matter. Like, I should have probably attacked the Frankie with the 5k and take it. But he took the life, so it didn't really matter in the end. And again, we have overwhelmed him with battle cards, so going after the board, it feels like a lost battle. Like, I'm just gonna keep replacing my board, and he's not gonna be able to catch up now. So the only option that my opponent has now is actually go after my leader, because if he keeps playing cards and trying to play for the board, or trying to clear my board, then yeah, exactly, it's just not gonna work. So the best option that he's got is just going after my leader and keep abusing that ability. But now, because he cannot deal with my board, then I can use the second part of my deck and why I built it this way. Because if you cannot deal with my board, then I'm just gonna draw 2 cards, and I'm gonna draw 2 cards, and I'm not gonna draw 2 cards, and I don't have to use my leader now. I just have to be able to defend here. I'm gonna attack with the Mumu because I do want to close the game a little bit like faster. I don't just want to give him all the time in the world. I just need to be able to defend one of his attacks and just like show a lot of pressure here. Maybe I should have switched the order. Attack for 6 on the leader and attack for 7 on my Jin. so it's vulnerable to jet pistol, but something that I just didn't think on the moment. And then of course you have to think when you're playing, but it's hard to think about everything when you're playing on the simulator, and explaining what your plays. You do get a little bit of a difficult path there. He used the Red Hawk to get rid of my Momo, and I have to keep developing my board because I cannot let him start clearing my board a little bit. I have to always have like 5 cards on board. Now here I assume again he has to attack my leader and has to deal me the damage, but he also is trying to keep up defense, it seems like, so he can clear my board with like the jet pistols or Red Hawks at least. That will make sense a little bit. And now I'm kind of priced into attacking his battle cards because I don't want him to have the option of that being the case. I could attack the leader and try to pressure, but he does have radical beams, pressure up, and if I tap too low, could be risky. So I just have to be sure that I'm not gonna lose the game. That's my main goal here. And then Jean is a perfect draw here because I'm able to just attack the Frankies with 4Ks if he wants to, or I mean for 5Ks. Well, I'm gonna attack with the Mumu first because if he has a Red Hawk, I don't want to lose like my own top one, so I do have to play around that. He does combo out of that one, but I mean it doesn't matter if he does or he doesn't. I'm gonna attack with everything here, and then attack the leader for 7, and then put him on the back foot. Right now, I have 4 good attackers on my board, so I don't feel like I'm okay right now. I just have to out combo the leader here, which he could do like all the energy into the leader, and I might consider just out comboing that one, although it's not like necessary because I do have to watch out for like an unblockable Luffy. But he attacks for 11. 11 is easy to out combo, so I am going to out combo 11. And I don't have to keep up the 2 energy for the radical beam every turn, so I can just take that as my advantage here. I could play a blocker, but I think he has the unblockable guy, the Luffy unblockable, so I don't have to like do that. And I'm gonna attack for 5 because he has a lot of radical beams and he's keeping up 4 energy, so he definitely has a couple of events that attacking for more than 5 it feels incorrect. He's just gonna, I'm gonna use my energy and he's just gonna use his energy efficiently. So I just attack for 5. If he does KO some of my cards, then I just play a kid and I play defense for 1 turn, which is easy with my leader. I still have the board control, I mean like the bigger board, and he hasn't dealt with it. So I like eventually he's gonna have to, and that's what I was expecting. You see, he combo a Red Hawk into a 5 here, and I attack with the Mumu first because I don't want to lose it into another Red Hawk because it's representing another Red Hawk. So I have to be careful there. And then it's just up to my opponent on how they want to play this one here. They have only 3 cards, so he does the radical beam on a 5-2, which is fine. I'm gonna draw 2 cards because I just want to cycle these cards out of my hand. I could attack for 5-5, but I wanted to play the kid anyway, and I just wanted to have the defense for this turn. I don't want to be unprotected. Like the only way that I lose this game is if I let him put me to 0 and then let him attack him for like the last bit of damage, and I don't have enough defense. Like as long as I can untap with this board a couple of times, like it doesn't matter if it takes me 1 or 2 more turns, I will be able to get there. I just have to outgrind him a little bit, and I have the cards to do so. So I shouldn't take the risky path, and I should just go for the secure path here. And I assume he's gonna attack with a big number with the leader. He could also have an unblockable Luffy. That's an option. Which he does, okay. So he's finally showing it out. I think he didn't want to, but he has to. I will combo out of that one too, because that's easy to out combo. and he's keeping up 3 energy. He cannot attack with the Luffy because I have the blocker, so I get the advantage here. But now it's time to close the game. Now I can go for game because I have enough defense. I have enough of a board. I don't have to worry about anything here. An attack for 6, for 10. If he wants to KO one of my cards trying to defend this attack, it's fine. Then I can switch the strategies based on what he does. But he took that one. I'm gonna tap the 2 that I can no counter with. I mean that I can no get Red Hawk. And I'm gonna attack for 10 again. Ask for another 10. Then ask for 7 on the kid. And that's what happened, okay? And then ask for 2 more 5Ks, which is probably impossible for him. And even if I didn't win this turn, I could have probably survived another turn pretty easily, not gonna lie. Because I have, well, not easily, I do have enough counter power to probably survive another turn. And I have a blocker, enough counter, and yeah, it was probably gonna be a game anyway. Because I have enough counter here. Alright, and for final thoughts, I had a lot of fun playing this deck. It is a really difficult deck to play and to build. So I wouldn't get discouraged if you don't have success at the beginning. Try just to master it a little bit. It is difficult to get there when you're trying to do. It has a lot of moving parts. It has a lot of, like, you have to understand when to go for like board, when to go for game, when to do different scenarios, when to use the leader ability. That's very important. So there's a lot of moving parts in this deck, but it's just really fun to play. It was really, I had a trip playing the deck. So yeah, that's what I have for today. Thank you all for watching, and have a good day.